Now, just to clarify something with both of you, neither of you have seen this, right?
That's why we're here.
Well, you're in for a pretty good treat. I'll say that much. This film drew a lot of critical praise, but it also drew a lot of real world worry because everyone was assuming that it was going to wind up causing the same kind of violence that happened at the Aurora Theater back in 2012. As a matter of fact, the outrage was so heavy that that very theater in Aurora, Colorado, refused to show this film.
Damn.
Boy, did they miss out because this film killed. This film made over $1 billion worldwide, is the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Won Academy Awards, is considered by many out there to be a legit 100% great film, regardless of its comic book roots and subject matter. And all it is just a bunch of controversy surrounding, oh, this film glorifies angry white men. I'm like, really? Like, are you saying that we're supposed to, make the Joker,
Clearly the Joker's the protagonist of the film, and everything he does is something he should mirror in real life.
Oh, no, that's not how that works. You see, a protagonist is not necessarily a good person.
Nope, never means they're a good guy.
Thanos was the contrary to what a lot of people think.
Well, here's the thing.
Thanos is the protagonist of Infinity War. He's the protagonist.
I don't really agree with that.
Well, dude, the film starts with him. The film ends with him. The thing
is that the main character,
based around everything that he does, every action that is taken in the film is derived by his actions. That is, by definition, what a protagonist is in a film.
That's true. I mean, I haven't seen any of the Marvel movies.
Well,
so
in Infinity War, in Endgame, the shift focuses to our
I still
heroes.
don't agree. It's the leading character, one of the major characters in a drama, movie, novel, or other fictional text. He's the lead villain.
No, he's the lead
He's
character.
the lead antagonist.
No, he's the lead character.
Disagree. It's the Avengers. They're in the title.
Can I
They're the
throw in
lead
this?
characters.
Well, he's the biggest in the poster. He's in the film more than almost anyone else.
Because he's the major villain.
But even more than all of the heroes, dude.
So can I jump in on this one?
Sure.
So, in film school, we spent an entire month on this very subject. And I had to write a lot of papers about protagonists and antagonists and story, plot, and structure and all that stuff. I haven't seen that movie, so I can kind of judge in this one. In, I guess, the series of the Avengers, they've always been the protagonist.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie. And in that particular movie, he could have been the protagonist, but due to the way stuff is written, by definition, if something is a protagonist or antagonist, doesn't matter. That whole concept is actually vague and doesn't hold. So
fair enough.
You can have both your good guy and bad guy, the protagonist and antagonist both. There is no set rule on that.
Well,
so
then there's
that's
certain,
just kind of how.
Well, then there's certain films which blur the line of what a protagonist and an antagonist is because, for instance, My Bloody Valentine, we didn't know who to root for in certain cases because I remember the remake especially, I was rooting for the wrong guy the whole time and I didn't even know it. I thought to myself, damn, this guy is like I like this guy. This guy's cool. This guy has been tortured his whole life. And then all of a sudden, turns out he's the one been doing all the bad stuff.
I chose to do my paper on Game of Thrones. On the protagonist, antagonist. You had to pick a character that was both.
Oh.
And it was
The other thing is, a film can easily follow an antagonist rather than a protagonist.
And it can, yeah.
Too, so.
It can.
Well,
but yeah, a lot of people have the misconception that the protagonist is a good guy, or that the antagonist is the bad guy, and really that doesn't matter. What really matters is the focal point on that character. And if you're saying that he had the most screen time in that movie, he could, by technical, vague definition, be either one in that particular movie.
Well,
you know,
and the reason why I say he's the protagonist is because he's the one with the primary objective that affects everyone, whereas everyone else is on their own separate treks trying to stop them in their own way. And it's not until Endgame where they all unifyingly come together and they in turn become the protagonists themselves and change things up.
Kind of like Riddick, you know, he's a bad guy. He's a serial killer.
Richard B. Riddick is not a good person.
He is the protagonist. That's him, you know, and he's one of my favorite. I love it. I love watching a good villain movie. You know,
Well,
I mean, and especially when you start to feel for the villain, I feel like I relate more to a lot of these villains than I ever do some superhero. You know? I mean, sadly.
And the thing with the Joker here, when it came out, everyone was saying, "Oh, it glorifies, evil, like being evil, especially." You know how the intersectionalists say it nowadays. It glorifies being an evil white man, and I'm like, what does skin color?
Let's re-clarify. I don't think everyone was saying that. I think we know exactly the kind of groups of fucking idiots that were saying.
Hence, I said the term intersectional people, like especially people who are politically intersectional who choose to see everything by skin color instead of by content of an individual's character. I mean, dude, it's ridiculousness.
He's a fucking bad guy.
And plus, he's a fake.
And plus, I'm not going to use the word antagonist to it. He's the fucking bad guy.
And plus,
he's interesting.
Here's another thing too. He's a fictional character. Fictional character. Ooh, he doesn't exist. And
it's a fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fucking movie. And people want to put so much bad juju on this, and the reviews suffered for it. A lot of people wrote bad reviews about this, saying how, oh, this is just, torture porn and all that. And I'm like, these are the same people who said The Last Jedi was a storytelling masterpiece. Yeah, right. Sure. Whatever, Jack. Say whatever you want.
Bunch of twat.
As I've said before, and it's pointless for me to reiterate over and over again, but I'll reiterate it again. Like, movie reviewers are completely out of touch with with the fans that actually go to watch movies.
Yeah.
They have no fucking idea what people want to see, and they probably all should seek a new career path because nobody fucking values their opinion.
And also, if you will look behind us and up on the wall and everything, I have changed the color to match the Joker, purple.
It's
ooh. Trying to add some flavor.
It looks more purple on camera than it does in person. Weirdly,
yeah.
Kind of blue.
Well, no, that's what I did. I looked at it on the camera before I looked at myself. Before I looked at it physically in the real world. Makes sense. But yeah, I'm excited about this because I can't wait to see what y'all are going to say. And Jake, where you are a filmmaker, and Nick, where you are, interested in things narratively. If there's anything in the film you want to pause and talk about, we'll do that. Right. Feel free to let me know, and we'll do that. Sound good?
From what I've heard about this,
I want to try to guess what type of lenses they're fucking using, to be honest. I know it's so stupid. Not my brain. You can't guess a brand.
I'm mostly probably going to just be glued to this and just want to see what happens next. So I don't know if I want to pause much or not, if we can help it.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So,
and I apologize in advance if this is not a very good reaction on my part because I'm just going to be fucking glued to it. That's my reaction.
That's kind of how I am sometimes, but like if I start talking, then yeah, depends on what's going on.
If you start talking, I'm pausing. I'm just going to be
Don't do that every time.
Well, okay.
Sometimes it'll just be a comment here and there.
Well, so. No. If you want to talk about something, you just say.
I usually just say, "Hey, can you pause for a second?" If I want to talk for more than a second.
Yeah, feel free.
Otherwise, what I'm saying is just a couple word comment.
Usually. Yeah. I'll try not to stop the flow of the film unless it's something just stupid exciting.
All right, here we go. This is Joker.
All day long.
They're using the classic Warner Brothers?
Good morning. It's 42 degrees.
Is that what that was?
Yep.
Thursday, October 5th. 48 hours. How long it takes?
I don't know what kind of lenses they're using, but they're pretty fucking badass already. Okay, those are octagonal prime lenses. You can tell by the shape of the light. It's not spherical.
I see it, yeah.
It's eight points.
You're gonna be a clown, at least you can be a good one. You know that, right?
Really badass they made the town look this. What year is it supposed to be?
1981, I think.
This looks awesome.
It's hard to run in clown shoes.
Ooh.
Oh!
You see that fucking lens change on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm already super impressed by the cinematography in this.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at how this
Stupid
film
good.
glorifies violence.
That focus is still on him the whole time. The whole time that camera moved back.
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
focus.
I mean, you can tell they just slowly move that back.
Yep.
Pause for 1 second. You're going to have to censor this. The reason there is a group of people who won't let you say the word bruh anymore is because they're mad because they're the ones that can get called bruh all the time because they goddamn are.
I have a friend that does that. She gets offended by the R word. I'm
You
like,
know why?
fucking
Because she
retarded.
probably is bruh.
I hate that shit. She's like, that's offensive to people that have I'm
Like you?
It's not
Yeah,
directed
like
toward
you.
people.
Shut the fuck
It's like, oh, really? Is one here to speak out on their... Oh, wait, that's right. You're being offended on their behalf. So you can complain about something so your life doesn't seem so drab and droll. Get over yourself, have a pint, and shut the fuck up.
Tell them to quit being
I'm going to stop ranting about this film from there on. We've made that point. Like,
Yeah.
people are so that's all there is to it. Sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry.
We'll save it for Patreon.
Pretty much. When somebody's gonna release it on the internet, we'll get canceled because I said all that.
Gives a shit.
Yeah, it'll be on their channel, not
Well,
ours.
yeah, guess what? They'll have given us $10 for that. Hey, thanks a lot, asshole. All right. Thanks a lot. All right. Let's keep going. His commitment to this part scares me. When it comes to, like,
Yeah, I'm seeing.
you know how
seeing
they
the acting right now. That's
you know how they talk about certain actors, how they're able to like transform themselves and literally deep dive into a role that's actually to the point where it's scary. This is it.
you see what's going on in the bottom right third of that? How it was black just a
Yeah.
moment ago.
Yeah.
That's a very artistic choice, you know, because they always put depth and stuff. But when you don't have that and you just want it to be him, damn, it was a perfect shot. You see how that room is set up just perfectly for that camera?
Yep. It's beautiful.
Oh, damn, what a shot. I've seen that one before in some of the pictures.
Yeah.
Will you please stop bothering my kid?
I wasn't bothering.
Just stop.
Bitch.
Oh God.
Sorry, I have
She didn't give his card back.
So, the one time that I tried mushrooms, that shit happened to me.
Contagious laughter.
It wasn't. There was nothing funny. I wasn't thinking of anything funny, and I was just involuntarily.
Oh,
laughing.
spontaneous laughter.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable and really fucking terrifying because I was trying not to act weird in front of my mom because I was trying to sleep, like, you know, at the point, and she
Yeah.
like was outside in the hallways and shit, and it's just I was like couldn't stop laughing, you know. There was no reason for it. Like, I wasn't even thinking of anything funny. It was kind of shitty, like, so in a way, like, I kind of halfway know what
You
that's
just
like.
saw that and your face was like, I've been there before.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, it's not
Like
fun.
A flashback.
Also,
Fucking
also,
awkward. And not
Also,
fun.
I don't know if you all noticed it, but on this previous shot, whenever it cuts to the street, the
Yeah.
colors. Look at this.
Oh, I noticed it.
Yeah,
I've noticed the
purple,
colors.
I've noticed
green,
every inch of this
green,
frame on
red,
everything.
purple, white. It's like it's giving you so much
Yeah.
like love and care being
I mean,
thrown into
even
this
that
shot.
fucking building in the background. Look at that corner of that building.
Yeah, right.
It's right through the rule of thirds. Bam. Just
Beautiful.
like, how the fuck do you get a building to line
Well,
up
yeah,
like that?
you got
Like-
you got the garbage bags here. You
Lower
got
left
him
frame.
here, and then you got the street at the corner of the building right
Yeah,
there.
every section of that. And I guarantee you a car is getting ready to go by here in just a second.
Two cars.
Those are just extra, and the people, the extras.
Drab and droll. Oh, the shadows in the distance too. I love that. I keep wondering where they found this shot. Where that is.
Where it's on the hills like that, I was gonna say that has to be San Francisco or something, but I don't know. Isn't Gotham? Is it in Gotham City, right? That's New York, right?
I mean,
well, that's a fictional place.
Canonically, it should be Gotham, like. But
yeah.
Well,
where's Gotham supposed to be at? New York.
Well, Gotham is actually based on multiple. When Bob Kane originally came up with it, I think he said New York was it.
Metropolis supposed to be New York?
No. Metropolis and Gotham are actually both like based off of New York because that's where Siegel and Schuster and Kane and Finger were from, and all four of them used New York as a unifying place. And Metropolis and Gotham are sort of like their own individual.
The taxis, the yellow taxis like that, that's typically a New York thing. And if you see the street signs,
whereas
11th and 5th.
It also depends on the director because Christopher Nolan, predominantly, he switched up the cities to not give his Gotham any topographical thing. Because in the first movie, I think he used New York. Second movie, he used Chicago. Third movie, he used Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but Gotham City is really a fictional city, but...
Yes. Yeah. And it doesn't really have a topographical thing, but original basis is
I really like it,
because
I'm seeing a lot of originality in just the locations and, like going up the steps and stuff. That's something, I mean, they might have it in New York some places, but I ain't seen these steps.
My favorite iteration of Gotham was probably in the Arkham series.
Yes, I love that one.
It's just... It's hard to tell what it's actually based on.
That was actually based off like the 5 boroughs of New York, of the New York metropolitan area. That's predominantly.
You know what kills me about this shot?
What?
Knowing that some poor gaffer or grip, or sometimes PA, changed every single one of those little bulbs that you see to be matching.
Oh, yeah?
Fluorescent lights change colors over time. Sometimes they'll turn blue, sometimes they'll turn orange, sometimes they don't match. And to get them to match like that, they had to change those bulbs.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. And I guarantee you back here, they're hanging the light back here.
It might not even have been up there to begin with. Those are probably quasars. Those probably aren't even real fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of cool, but just something else. It could be just a damn Kino Flow 2, which is only 2 bulbs.
Yeah.
And just strip the sides off of it and hang it up there. Nobody'd ever tell a difference.
Nope.
Because they look like, well, they are fluorescent lights. So, anyways.
Back to it, sorry.
Good use of blue and yellows right there.
Oh, yeah.
2 contrasts of the color scheme.
Studios in Gotham City. It's live with Murray Franklin.
So just obviously, I assumed it was Gotham from the start because Joker, but you never know because it's not DCU technically. They said so.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Classic Leno. Classic
I did not know that
Leno and Johnny Carson.
Thank you. We got a great-looking audience tonight. Wow, thank you. Come on down. Come on. For that, you got to come down. Come on.
Is that just him daydreaming, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yeah, look at that. That dedication to get that skinny and
Fucking arm looks like it's bending some way it's not supposed to on the left.
Lighting spectrum just changed right around that corner.
Yep.
That was cool.
It went from white to like yellow and like orange.
The guy said you disappeared. Never even returned his sign.
Because I got jumped. Didn't you hear?
For a sign. It's bullshit. It doesn't even make sense.
Why would I keep his sign?
How the fuck do I know? Why does anybody do anything?
Okay.
Don't return
This just contradicted himself.
Yeah, I know.
He just contradicted himself. He's like, I got jumped. He's like, for a sign that doesn't make sense.
Why doesn't anyone do anything? Like,
yeah, and then all of a sudden he says, "Why would I keep a sign? Why the fuck should I know? Why the fuck?" Like it's like,
why would they jump me for a sign? Why the fuck should I know?
Exactly.
You're not applying your own logic.
Yeah.
I'd start taking my shirt off right there and showing him all the bruises.
Right.
It's like,
So,
I didn't get jumped. I didn't get jumped over a sign.
I guess I just did this to my fucking self, right?
Yeah, I threw myself down the stairs.
Oh, I'd be raising hell right there.
Yeah. Give me a break. Fucking asshole. I heard a good stress reliever, but stomping the garbage, that's a new one in my book. All that does is get shit all over your shoes.
Staircase again. I wonder how many times you had to walk up and down those stairs.
Oh God, I wonder why he was so skinny. Oh yeah, Zazie Beetz. I love her as Domino in Deadpool 2. Who did you think it was?
The girl that was on the bus.
Oh,
It wasn't her.
nah. She way
seen her
more
face.
attractive.
Yeah, way more.
Right, Mommy?
She is fine.
Oh yeah, Zazie Beetz is a very beautiful woman. Very talented too, man. She actually speaks English and German.
Nice.
Hey.
A little smirk. Sometimes the smallest little inflections on people can makes
an impact.
Makes a huge impact. Yeah. He looks like Christian Bale when he was in The Machinist.
Hey, what's your name? Arthur. Hey, Arthur. You're a really good dancer.
Nice job, dumbass.
Oh, I'm watching an old war movie.
No, that's not really supposed to be funny, but I can't help it.
I'm sorry, but that one
It's hard
day,
to play
I
roles
thought-
like that.
I thought he hadn't loaded anything in the gun.
That's
Well,
what
it
he
just
thought.
caught me off guard.
That's what he thought.
Yeah,
you know?
obviously.
That's what I
I
was
guarantee
like.
he thought, the guy hadn't loaded the gun. He's probably never held a gun before, dude.
Yeah, I
Could
mean,
be.
it's common.
And
for
he doesn't
Well, he
people
says I'm
know
not
the way
supposed to
to
have a
city to
gun.
never
Like, I don't
hold
know
a
if
gun.
maybe he might have, like, ever held one before, like, his
well,
previous,
Yeah,
like,
it's
Well,
common
he wouldn't be able to tell the
hospitalization
weight
stuff,
differential between not having the bullets in there, and plus, he wouldn't know how to check because you slide the barrel out and boom, you're able to.
I mean, even I couldn't probably tell just on weight, like, either. Like, I would have to.
There's a big.
Either way,
Yeah,
basic gun safety.
Well, yeah.
But, I mean,
Well,
he's obviously
you
probably not privy to
You
that.
hold the bullet in your hand and you feel the heft of it. Multiply that by 6. Now, if you take that much weight out of a gun, you can tell the difference, especially if you've held it enough. Now, I'm not that comes with experience of holding guns and like using guns on the frequent.
There's a lot of experience in
like
playing
him,
with them,
like him and me. I mean, I can tell the difference between a loaded shotgun and an unloaded one, easy. And the thing is,
I'm just like basically like the way I was brought up is to just always assume any gun is.
Oh,
loaded.
yeah,
That's it.
always.
So,
Always.
always. I mean, that's
People in the
that's,
city aren't raised around guns at all, so
Yeah.
it's common for them.
And
to
plus,
not-
like this is
every-
number of years back. So,
Yeah,
I knew-
81.
I met a person in New York who had never had a driver's license before, and she was like in her 50s, like never drove a car before. It was like, damn. But she says she's lived there her whole life. So
Well, public
Honestly-
transportation in the cities is real different.
You don't need a car.
Yeah.
It's
Not everybody always gets taught gun safety. And shit, there's a lot of people who are fucking terrified of guns because they haven't been educated at all about guns.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it just caught me off guard. I didn't expect him to actually just
No,
fire a
I
bullet
thought
off.
something like that.
Well,
was
the one reason why I was gonna mention something is like I laughed my ass off when that idiot got himself banned off Twitch because he killed that jug of G Fuel next to him when he was drunk that one time. He was like, "You don't think I got money? You don't think I got money? Boom! Oh shit!"
Yeah, I was just kind of like
whole thing of G Fuel just
that one was
explodes.
just more like, dude.
I laughed my ass off because that dude was an idiot.
I didn't because I was just like, wow, like
somebody
fuck,
could have
dude.
seriously got hurt.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
could have. He did, but you see, again, it goes to the whole thing: tragedy plus time equals comedy. It's just like where there was no tragedy in it, it becomes funny. And you see, it's just like that one kid who was on Tosh.0 who was like bragging. He's like, you ain't got no muscles like me. You don't drink no hard liquor like I do. You don't got no guns like I do. Boom! Oh shit! My mom's gonna fucking kill me.
Yeah.
You see, stuff like that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. All right.
So I noticed his eyes in this picture.
Yeah.
I don't know if those are contacts or.
Oh, he
have
has
I
blue eyes.
Have I just not noticed his eyes this whole time?
He's got blue eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The interesting thing to me is like the fact that lenses on a camera are like singular, whereas usually we're looking at shit with both of our eyes, so we can do things like see around the fence links to see as people's behind it. But they somehow got this shot focused to where kind of like your eyes actually see things in real life, to where you can still see his pupil behind the fence link.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's
right
pretty
there.
interesting.
Well,
me.
I think the main way they're able to do that is because whenever you take things out of focus, like especially if you have layers, then you're able to do stuff like that. You're able to put things out of focus. It's just like that material that bends light. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It actually bends light around and makes stuff invisible behind it. That shit's awesome. Stalking. 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 Careful, bud.
The whole like
It definitely looks like New York.
Yeah.
being someone who women never speaks to, and then a woman says one word to you, and now you're like thinking that you have a lot more right to do weird fucking shit that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. This is creepy. This is very, very creepy.
Yeah, that's serial killer shit right there.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, obviously, he's got multiple things wrong with him. So
A lot of things wrong, yeah.
So, does his mother have dementia or Alzheimer's or something?
I don't know. I think...
I know some of the stuff she says is off very dementia-like.
Well, you'll find out more as the film goes on. People expect you to behave as if you don't.
the worst part about having a mental illness is people expect you to behave as if you don't.
Are you following me today?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
At least he told the truth.
I was hoping you'd come in and rob the place.
I have a gun. I come by tomorrow.
That actually does come off as really funny.
That was really funny. That was really funny.
Surprisingly kind reaction to being followed all day.
Yeah, very weird.
I think it's because he said yeah, and the way he said it was, that's what changed the reaction to it. If he was at,
He seemed very ashamed of it, at least. It's like, oh shit, you noticed? Fuck, yeah, that was me. So I think a lot of women would be very creeped out even if someone admitted it, you know?
Yeah. Although I think he won points back with
The joke.
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
I would have died laughing if I was in that class.
Same.
So Randall ratted him out.
Yeah, Randall set him up.
Oh, your toes cramping up again?
I don't know why I'm doing that today.
Dude, that's creepy when those lights go out like that.
Yeah. They're real good now.
Where are the clouds? There are...
Tell us what's so fucking funny.
I've been conditioned.
I'll tell you what to ask, you asshole. Stay down, freak.
Yes! What they fucking get.
A lot of states that's justifiable self-defense. If they're like literally beating you to death on the ground and you think you say fear for your life, like, you can get away with that. But actually chasing the guy down with a gun, that one you can't justify.
You need to kill him though, because he'll get away. I'm not saying I morally agree with that type of punishment, but fuck those motherfuckers. They fucking deserve that shit.
I wouldn't say they deserve to die, but they deserve to have their fucking asses beat back.
Well,
maybe
not
a
in
bullet
position
each.
to give that, but they fucked with the wrong dude.
Yep. They did.
If I had like multiple people fucking mugging me, I would pull a gun if I had one on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, if there
I
were
would
multiple
too.
dudes beating me.
I would too.
I'd be like, if you guys had made this a fair fight, came at me one at a time,
blow
like I
their
wouldn't do
fucking
this.
kneecap
But
off,
there's the
yeah.
fact that there's multiples of you, like get the fuck away from me, or y'all will shoot you.
Well, there was actually one caveat I have with that scene. Just the one. But there is a logical way to look around it. That's a 6-shot revolver. He fired a total of
more than
8
6
shots.
Yeah.
He fired 8 shots. Now, there is a logical way to get around it. The one logical thing being is that after he shot 4 times in the train car, he had the time to reload. Although we did not see him do that, logically he did have the time to reload. So for me, that's forgivable.
Now, was that a 6-shot, not an 8-shot revolver?
No, it's a 6-shot.
There's plenty of 8 shots.
No, it's a 6-shot.
Okay.
They've shown.
Also, at the same time, though, keeping in mind the fact that he's just like, he's kind of passionately like doing what he's doing, like in the heat of like being attacked and everything, and we don't know what's going on in his brain.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really 100% believe that he would have like and the fact that he shot the rest of his shots and then kept clicking it. Like, I don't know that he would have.
He killed a motherfucker.
He would just reload he would reload the 4 shots that he already shot in the car.
Yeah.
That's
the only thing. Well, what if he? Only
I agree with you.
left?
That's very strange, and I don't think he just reloaded. I think they miscounted there.
Yeah, but again, that's only my.
They do that in movies a fuck ton. There's so many movies where people fire way more fucking shots.
Tombstone's the worst.
Yeah, Tombstone.
I can't watch Tombstone anymore because Doc Holliday has an infinite revolver in the OK Corral shootout. Because all of a sudden he goes pow, 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 pow.
That's one thing I appreciate about John Wick is John Wick kind of kept magazine numbers.
Yeah,
they
did.
Like,
they did. That's one thing I loved about it.
And same thing with Equilibrium. I love the fact that he reloads all the time in Equilibrium as well. So
they actually give him logical ways to reload.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Like, he fucking flips his things.
Yeah, and the little they come down and they reload for him. Yeah. But yeah, that's my only caveat with that one scene.
Down the hall at the end that just have weights on them that stand up, so you can go down the hall shooting dudes and then drop and reload when he gets to them. It's fucking badass.
Yeah, love that.
But anyways,
sorry.
That's off subject. I have to say, shit hit the fan a lot earlier than I thought it was going to.
Me too.
You thought it was going to be a slow burn?
Yeah.
Just toss it over the railing like nobody's business. Whoa, a little too forward on that. A little too forward on that. Wait, what? Whoa, what?
This chick is just weirdly into whatever with him for some reason.
Apparently so.
Is that part of your new act, Arthur? If your dancing doesn't do the trick, you're just gonna shoot yourself?
Why don't you ask Randall about it? It was his gun. What? I still owe you for that, don't I? I forgot to punch out.
Damn. I think there's a point we all wish we could.
Yes.
I think there's a point we all wish we could do that.
I'm loving this movie so far.
Okay.
This is the fucking shit.
Also, the guy in the mirror who's talking to Arthur, that's Bryan Callen who's always on Joe Rogan's podcast all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bryan Callen. He actually played the announcer that sounded a lot like Joe Rogan in Warrior.
Who is this actor? The main actor of the Joker?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
He played Johnny Cash in Walk the Line.
Yeah, that's where I knew him from. God damn. It was like he's just really skinny.
Yeah. Ultra skinny, dude.
Yeah.
Like anorexic.
Oh, that's why I didn't recognize it right away.
Well, like I said,
he did it on purpose for the film.
He transforms himself, dude. Yeah. That's what I loved about this.
That was just a really good bit. I forgot to punch out.
Boom, 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 boom. Just punch the clock off the wall. Like, fuck you.
I love how he has that maniacal laugh, too, as he just walks away. And it's like,
oh, God.
Kind of learned how to control his laughter, you know? It's like, but it's the opposite. When he's laughing, it's typically not a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm loving, like, all the setup and everything so far.
Yeah, this so far is, I'm in love with this so far.
My name.
Don't smile, bitch.
Persona 9. Basically, what I gleaned is that they're saying that
Arthur is Thomas Wayne's son.
Yeah.
And also, they're saying that
that's a weird canon I've not heard from.
Well, the thing is, you know, when you read that, it's just like Jesus. That's a hell of a revelation because that you're right. It is a canon that hasn't really been explored before. And also, the thing with Arthur is that this completely throws everything on its head with him because he's never really...
So the guy that's running for mayor is his father?
Yes, Thomas Wayne, a.k.a. the father of Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman.
Yeah.
So,
Batman's a
Joker's
parent.
Batman's
Batman's dad.
Okay.
half-brother, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Nope. Okay. His real dad or his foster dad?
His real dad.
Okay.
No. Alfred Pennyworth is the one who raised him and is like his surrogate father.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Sorry, I'm not very big on the canon of like a lot of stuff, so
it's okay. Well, Batman.
Is actually genetically
so
Bruce Wayne's father.
Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, is according to the canon with this. Now that we've just learned, is the Joker's half brother, or Arthur's half brother, rather. Like this version of the Joker, because that's the thing about the Joker. There is no 100% verified who he is in all comic lore.
It's always been kind of an up-in-the-air canon. There may even be multiple people who are the Joker in each specific Batman universe as well.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
The Joker's more of like a title and an idea than like a actual 100% person's alter ego persona.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, that's basically what we learned from that letter, that Arthur is in fact Thomas Wayne's son.
I mean, as far as I've heard, like Thomas Wayne has always been made out to be a stand-up guy, so this is kind of a different take on Thomas Wayne for me as well. Like, based off of this, but at the same time, I do appreciate like the idea, like, you know, shit's not always black and white. Like, it's more realistic to have flawed characters like that. So.
I'd be creeped the fuck out.
Me too. Be like, hell no.
See that shit?
Oh hell no.
I'd be fucking...
Yeah.
I'd be like, Mom. I'd be like, around like, Mom. I'm about to get kidnapped out here by a creepy clown.
Notice how their jackets are both the same color.
Yeah.
As to epitomize familiarity.
I'm Bruce.
Oh Jesus.
Ugh.
That's discomforting.
Oh no. Bruce. Dude, I want this to be like a fucking whole universe so bad.
Yeah, I know. If they just keep making villain movies like this shit, that'd be my shit.
I just want this to actually be an origin story for a new Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It's a melee. Damn, that does not fit him at all.
I think he kind of looks like dude from Shrek, Farquaad.
That's what it looked like.
A little bit.
I like that. Good shit, Jake. Good shit.
It did. Just a tall Farquaad.
Look, pal, I'm not your father. What's wrong with you?
I think you are.
Well, that's impossible. Because you were adopted, and I never slept with your mother. What do you want from me? Money?
No, I wasn't adopted.
She never told you?
What is it with you people? You say that stuff about my mother?
She's crazy. You think this is funny?
Don't
touch my son again, I'll fucking kill you.
That makes me wonder too. It's like
there's 3 frames to this.
Yep.
They're shooting from one room, there's blue in that room, and then the next room's yellow.
Yep.
Look at all that depth.
That actually...
And that's called sky replacement.
Yes.
You remember the hospital in The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just, you know, older, but
very
kind of interestingly similar, like architecture. In my opinion.
These shots are so freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, man. Come on, man.
Fuck.
Damn. It's one way to do it.
I guess so.
They have orderlies there that keep people from getting away, though.
I've been to a couple mental hospitals. They have a button now that'll lock every door in the whole building.
Yeah, you couldn't get away with that nowadays.
Yeah, so people take off running all the time.
Honestly, I think Arthur's just wanting closure.
This is back in the 80s, too, though. So.
I think he's just wanting closure. He wants to understand. To him, I think the biggest pain of all is to think, even from the beginning, he's had no one. Not even his own mother, who he thought was... Oh. Love that shot.
The music, the score with it. Oh, this is masterful.
Yes. By the way...
This is my style of movies, by the way. Like,
yeah.
Fuck an A right.
Well, the thing is, this wasn't made for like a huge budget either. They only spent they only spent like I think $50 million on this versus 200 million what they spent on Batman versus Superman. And this is a much more engrossing
This is a
film.
much better film.
And it doesn't have any big budget thrills or anything like that. Just good storytelling, good characters,
You don't need a bunch of
great
CG and fucking
cinematography. You don't need a big budget to enthrall people.
Oh my God. What are you doing in here? You're in the wrong apartment. Can I call someone? Is your mother home?
Thought that was fucking weird.
He's been fantasizing about that.
Yeah.
If you actually paid attention when they
I noticed
when
some shit.
she was out in the hallway, whenever she confronted him about following her, she called him Arthur without him ever telling her his name.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
I just knew the whole thing. So I was like,
she did just say too. Your name's Arthur, right? You live down the hall, so I mean, that's not
She
that.
probably heard it in passing.
Yeah, it's not that.
I love little mind fucks like that because it gets you. You know, it's like just a way to sneak a fucking fast one in there too.
But
And it's
yeah,
like,
that was the thing. I was just like, I thought he at least had her there for him, you know, like, but.
He was
I was like, how is
imagining
this going to go badly?
He's
you know, obviously
imagining all
this is
that.
going to go
That's
badly
what gives
somehow.
it that psychological taste to it. It really kind of gets you in that. Oh my
But
god!
they just went for a like, all right, so we've this whole time been having this
It
be
just
like.
removed her from the fucking like.
It didn't just remove her;
Theory.
it removed all of his possible sanity that he's had this entire time.
And it just removed that out of it.
It's just been like we just made you feel like very attached to and like pretty much like you could be on the side of this crazy person, like, you know. But we're just about to rip that away and show you, no, he's actually been fucking insane this whole time. Like,
yes.
So, damn. Like, didn't expect that, actually. That's fucking crazy.
He's smoking in that hospital with the fucking oxygen. He's just like, fuck it. He don't give no fucks.
They used to be able to do that.
Yeah, I know. My
Before
dad
people
told me
realized
stories.
better.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a fucking comedy.
What did the back of that say?
Love your smile, Thomas Wayne.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. I think something was going on between Penny and Thomas Wayne, but Arthur is in fact adopted, and I don't know. You see, that's the thing. It's once again, it's the
whole
Joker.
thing, yeah.
It's the Joker continuum. You don't know what to believe.
Yeah, it's like obviously he's crazy, but it's still plausible.
So's
that
the rest of the
she was
fucking
not
world.
lying.
Yeah, there's still a chance that could have been his mother.
Yeah, I mean, like it's,
And
she was diagnosed as being crazy, but
maybe that's why
you
she
really
got diagnosed as
can't
being
know.
crazy because
Yeah,
they
like,
said, "Hey, she's
because
crazy."
Thomas Wayne was rich and was like, she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, get her out of here. She didn't make them shit and had her locked up, and then maybe she did go crazy from that. You know,
It's good ass storytelling. It's like
Dude,
not being
this is fucking amazing. Dude.
yes or no with it, just being like
You don't know.
I wish I would have got to see this in theaters.
Oh yeah, in theaters, dude. It's still really good here, but dude.
You're my boy, and that makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Thank you, Angel. Thank you so much. I just want
fuck.
Shit.
Dead as fuck. Dude, that's not even funny, man. I mean, it is funny, but man, that's fucked.
You were the only one that was ever nice to me.
This movie is epic.
That little smirk, Rose.
I said it in the trailer, but I fucking love the suit.
Yes.
The same staircase.
It's classic, but yet it's its own thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, even though I haven't seen the movie, you can't get away with not seeing this scene on memes now.
Yeah.
Hey, Art! We need to talk!
Remember what's downtown today?
Really? It left them all kinds of worldwide sightings and stuff.
Causing chaos.
But the subway still ain't like that.
Nope.
They're a lot cleaner now.
Ooh.
Oh, now they're gonna beat that cop's ass.
Both of them.
Half the people's hauling ass, half the people's gonna kill him.
And look at him.
Just destroyed.
Right in front of him,
Face
too.
won't even be recognizable.
Arrest the clown. Which one, sir? There's literally thousands of them.
Please welcome Joker.
Oh, hell. Making the most of it, I guess.
Are you all right, Doctor?
How about another joke, Murray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes. Get what you fucking deserve!
Oh! Damn!
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Oh! Everybody's hauling ass.
I would too.
Stop laughing, you freak. This isn't fun.
Yeah, the whole fucking city's on fire because of what you did.
I know. Isn't it beautiful?
Monarch Theater.
Wait. No fucking way.
What? Oh,
They're
yeah,
really
right
gonna
here.
end the
Yep.
movie like this? Holy shit.
Was not the Joker himself.
Holy shit.
Was the idea. Little soft shoe routine.
Hell yeah.
He found his audience.
That is sick as fuck. That was fucking sick.
10 out of 10, fucking done.
Hell yeah.
God damn everything about that movie. I didn't find a simple thing wrong with it. God damn.
That's what I was hoping. So,
It's fucking glorifies violence.
That was a fucking badass
I
movie.
said I wouldn't bring it back up. God damn it. People are stupid.
people aren't. People, like,
Dude,
people want... the
I
truth
fucking want that to be an origin to a new Batman universe so bad because that was sold so well. I want to see this group of people that made this tell more of this universe.
So who directed
like,
this?
Going on from there.
Amazingly, Todd Phillips. Same guy that directed... You remember Old School, that movie with Will Ferrell and about them going back, like, open up a frat house and all that?
Yeah.
Him.
Wow.
Oh, and also The
I wasn't
Hangover.
expecting that. Yeah.
The Hangover.
That's very
movie.
unexpected
It's
that
like,
they'd have the same director.
just goes to show you.
Who was the cinematographer, do you know?
Let's actually do a quick look at who the cinematographer, who all worked on this.
What's crazy to me is we previously had like iterations of Batman stuff that was considered to be very,
Here we go.
very dark.
So it shows here the cinematographer was Lawrence Sher.
What'd she work on?
Let's see. Garden State, The Dictator, and the Hangover series. Works frequently with Todd Phillips and Zach Braff. Also got nominated for an Academy
It's
Award.
hard to believe that they came from that and to film this. That is
Yeah, so Garden State.
That's a lot of experience right there. I'm looking at
The Hangover.
Well, just the sheer
Due
numbers
Date.
of all the stuff.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Holy shit. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Okay. War Dogs.
Yeah.
Wish I Was Here. The Dictator, which...
That's a comedy.
Yeah.
And that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you guys are here to talk about it for film stuff, basically. I'm here to talk about it because it's fucking Batman related. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I give a shit
well,
about.
no. And that's... And
Yeah, and that's perfectly fun, too. That's
Like, we had some dark Batman shit before. I don't think we've ever really had anything that's
Not
quite
that
the
dark,
same
yeah.
Okay.
as this, though.
She's not Swedish, she's Icelandic. Sorry. Nordic countries.
Oh, good.
Hildur Gunnadottir. Okay. Nice. And let's see. Bradley Cooper produced this. Nice. Written by Todd Phillips and Scott Silver. Okay. So, shit. I love this.
That was one hell of a ride, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I love this film
there
so
wasn't
much.
a second in that fucking movie that wasn't captivating. Like, and the parts that did take you out of the scene, like when he was doing a stand-up comedy for the first time, it didn't let you hear those jokes. it kind of did that, like, to take you out of that to transition into the next thing.
What? Okay. Just a tiny spider. Nothing to worry about.
Your spidey sense kicked
I'm cool
in.
with spiders. I'm not cool with cockroaches and shit, so I just want to make sure, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good thing about spiders, they usually take care of those.
Yep.
So, the whole thing with this film, filming took place in New York, New Jersey, and Newark. So, it was predominantly filmed in the New York area.
Yeah, Newark is Delaware, and New Jersey is a city right there. That's
That's
where my
it's
best
right on
friend
the
lives.
border.
That's where my best friend lives. I've been to Newark several times.
Nice. And, you see, I love the fact that, okay, a long time ago when the trailers of this first came out, I said I would love to see a series where they would build up on this.
Yeah.
I've heard
trailers didn't do it justice. Like,
well,
damn.
Yeah.
And how much was the budget? Let's scroll back up. Just where it says right there.
$55 to $70 million,
and made
$1 billion.
Damn.
It's the highest grossing R-rated film of all time, even higher than Deadpool. That says something.
Yeah.
And
Deadpool was awesome. It was funny, but this one had a whole different tone to it that I related a lot more with. I like this tone.
Deadpool was like fucking fun and enjoyable for what it was.
Well, this had a serious tone.
Yeah, this was like actually like an artistic masterpiece.
You get rid of all the superhero side, all the Batman side as a standalone film. That's still a masterpiece.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
Like, even if this was like an original concept, not based off Batman, it would have stood on its own perfectly fine as a storytelling element alone, pretty much.
Joaquin Phoenix lost
amazing
52 pounds in preparation for this.
He did not look healthy for that.
Fuck.
I know people like do unhealthy shit, but
they lose that. That's mostly.
I feel like he shaved years off of his life doing that.
Hey, he won an Oscar.
Yep. Oh no, I guarantee it. He was with a fucking nutritionist the entire time that helped guide him through it.
They were probably taking his levels between takes.
It probably
and
took
shit.
him at least 6 months to get that skinny too.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's also certain scenes you can get away with looking that skinny with clothes on, but the sickly stuff, I guarantee you, they shot that stuff last.
When they had the shirt off and stuff.
Well, they also used a lot of makeup to add to that effect too.
Yeah, to add to the depth of like
add to the depth of like in between the shoulder blades and stuff.
rib
Makeup goes a
cages and
long
stuff.
ways when it comes to making people look old or making them,
look more gaunt.
Yeah.
More, yeah.
But yeah, man. Cinematography is a 10. Audio, have no complaints with. I thought the score was a 10. Audio is a 10. Story from beginning to middle and end was perfect. I was captivated from the moment it started to the moment it ended.
Okay,
just
so
like you really feel for that character. You really felt for him, and that character development that you had for him through that sold it.
See, I felt for him like up until the point where it was like kind of like twisted, and it was like, but it wasn't all what you thought, and then I'm just like, I didn't know what I felt after that, and I think they did that on purpose. They didn't mean for you to 100% feel for and identify with this character the whole time, because they fully intentionally intended to turn him into the Joker, which is not someone you're supposed to be able to do that with.
No.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the way that they actually went into it, because I was wondering the whole time, I was like, how is all this shit gonna go so badly? I'm interested to see, that like we stop feeling for him and he becomes the Joker and everything, and we realize he's turned evil at that point. But he's kind of been crazy and just fucked up the whole time. They just twisted it in a way that you were actually seeing some shit from his perspective and how he saw stuff.
So
that was really cool how they did that twist and shit, like because of that.
Oh yeah. So about the composer for this film, I did not know this. One of my favorite composers of the last 20 years, Johan Johansson, unfortunately passed away. I did not know this. He passed away in 2018 of an accidental drug overdose. That sucks. And he did great films. Great films. I mean, his score from Sicario still gives me chills to this day because of the string arrangements that he does. And turns out she worked with him a lot and was actually like his premier cellist in a lot of the films that he worked on. And after he passed away in 2018, she took over for him as a composer for the Sicario series. That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And now she's done this, and she's won an Oscar. Well deserved, in my opinion. This is beautiful stuff. Beautiful music. And let's see. Yep. Won the Academy Award.
Also, I mean, it's obvious, but like I really appreciate the idea of actually throwing in an iconic moment that everyone knows about, like towards the end. I was
yes,
they're actually going to show this, and they did, and I was like, oh shit, they actually showed his, Thomas and his wife getting killed. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to lead up to that.
Yeah, I didn't figure it would show anything.
In the past than that.
I really didn't expect it to show much of any of the Batman side of stuff either, and that's kind of cool that they did that too, because
Oh shit, she did Chernobyl as well.
Damn.
Oh, damn, she's coming on, dude. I'm loving her work, loving it. Sorry, I just can't get over the soundtrack of this film.
Yeah,
it was so beautiful.
Yeah,
and for another thing too, this film, for the longest time, a lot of people said it wouldn't work. An independent character study of the Joker, which is why the budget for it was so small. And
they were proven ridiculously wrong.
Yeah, it made more money than pretty much every other Batman film except for The Dark Knight.
Pretty much anything can work if you do it the right way.
And this was done magnificently. I have no problems with this film outside of a few little minor caveats. Like I mentioned, the only thing about that one shooting scene, but then again,
it wasn't enough to ruin it. I didn't even think about it until you said it after the fact. So,
yeah, that's the only thing.
Like sometimes I'll count like shots like that, but usually that's in action movies where I'm just like, yeah, that was way more shots. You should have reloaded by now. But like, I didn't care because that was an intense scene, and it kind of took your mind off the number of shots he fired by just like, oh shit.
Yeah, the grisly acts of what he was doing.
Yeah, yeah, and just like this film's hitting the fan like this soon, and like it didn't feel as soon as it even was because we stopped to pause and talk a bunch before that happened. But like that happened pretty quick.
This is only a few minutes. Top that in. You have to see this. Just top that in on YouTube.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh shit. Let me go back to it.
There. That's fine.
Okay.
Top that in. You guys will really be impressed by this. So, this really shows you the power of marketing and really crazy thinking. Now, this was on The Dark Knight.
I remember hearing some stuff about this.
Yeah, we had to do a project on this in school.
In the months leading up to the release of The Dark Knight, an alternate reality game attracted more than 10 million unique players to real-time Gotham City. A city where the Joker left his mark on posters and bills, and started building an army of henchmen all over the world. At Comic-Con, players gathered to take their first orders from the Joker. Working with players online, they scavenged for clues and found a big one typed out in the sky.
Saw a bunch of Jets writing a phone number. So we dialed that phone number and there was this little message.
If you want to be part of my crew, you're going to need to prove you're up to the challenge.
Players hit the streets dressed as their leader, and Gotham City began to spill out into the real world, building excitement and anticipation for The Dark Knight. Their efforts put together yet another piece of the puzzle.
And tonight you're gonna break your one rule.
A request to hit local landmarks in full Joker makeup. From London to the Middle East, to Pennsylvania, to India. A worldwide community formed. A chosen community. And a newspaper led them further into the world. A world where nothing was safe from the Joker.
You want to know what the scroll is? Check out document LC6551.
Where corrupt cops shame the city.
Internal affairs, hands on the table. I'll take your sidearms and we'll all go downtown.
Damn.
And where players picked up cakes at bakeries across America with a hidden package inside. A Joker phone to keep in constant contact with the world of Gotham City. A world they could choose to join in any way they wanted. Like a campaign to take back Gotham City.
Hello, I'm Harvey Dent, Assistant District Attorney of Gotham City. I'm calling to ask for your support.
Harvey Dent contacted players by phone and email and asked them to show their support. The response was overwhelming. Pictures streamed in.
This is a real thing, dude. That's
Yeah.
what's crazy about this
to
shit.
33 cities throughout the country.
You see,
I mean,
holy shit.
yeah, just the marketing power behind that shit. And it didn't take a fuck ton of money to do this marketing. It took the fans.
Yeah.
The fans did this, you know.
Well, they did something very similar to this, and actually, Joaquin Phoenix himself did it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's kind of like, it made me think about the marketing campaign the whole time. I was like,
he went out and caused a public disturbance as the Joker, and it was reported on by all these news outlets. It's just like, is this a publicity stunt? Is this? Is this that? What is this? Is this actually Joaquin Phoenix? And instead of saying anything, you know what Joaquin Phoenix's representation did? Stonewalled him. Didn't say anything. Didn't admit it. Didn't deny it. They just kept silent about it, and everyone was just like, is it him or isn't it? And then they're just like, what? We have nothing to say. And it's like, it just kept building and building the anticipation. And this is why the film, like, comic book fans are some of the most passionate fans out there.
Yep.
And
You're telling me, like, that's the main reason Marvel Universe has a career right now is because of the fans.
Yes.
It's not because of the brilliance of their movies most of the time. It's because their fans are still kind of, you know, wanting it to happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and this
They're
is
very present.
well, and this is another thing as well about this, about, you know, why Joker I think is so successful is that DC does better villains.
Yeah, DC does way better villains.
Yeah, and because you think about it, a lot of them are Batman's villains.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, I know people are like, you know, like Luthor and
besides
Darkseid.
Batman himself, that's one of the reasons I like Batman so much, and I think I've said this before too. But like, I fucking love Batman's cast of villains.
Yes,
it's just fantastic.
I mean, the Joker, the Penguin, Two-Face, the
Scarecrow.
Riddler, Scarecrow. I mean, Killer Croc, Solomon Grundy, Bane. The list goes on and on of just classic villains. And it's amazing how people can be so enthralled by this. And if you give people stuff like this movie, they're gonna flock to it.
Yep.
They will every time. That just shows you how passionate comic book fans are. Fans, period, are just passionate. And you can harness that passion and you can make it into something amazing. Or you can just shit all over it and pretend that, you know, everyone involved is a racist, bigoted, homophobic asshole.
Yeah.
Which is just arrogance.
Yeah,
and ignorance.
You see these people like running, flying the streets and stuff, doing this stuff. They're not hurting anybody or anything.
No.
Like this is just part of the fun. I mean, to be honest, it's bigger than anybody could have ever imagined. You know, you imagine if the man who wrote the original Batman series was to look into the future and see this shit. He'd probably fall over dead.
Well,
damn.
There are two men who are at the spearhead of creating Batman. One of them is a crook, Bob Kane, and the other one was actually a creative genius who came up with literally almost everything that is great about Batman. For instance, did you know that Bob Kane, when he came up with the concept of the Batman, he actually wanted Batman to be like in a red like jumpsuit with a domino mask and actual like full black bat wings.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't.
and Bob Kane and Bill Finger was just like, no, this doesn't work. Let's make it a cowl. Doesn't cover his head completely, and let's also darken the color scheme of the outfit, and let's make it a cape instead of wings, and the cape turns out like a bat, and Bob Kane did everything he could to discredit Bill Finger, to shit all over Bill Finger's legacy, have him decried as like a liar and everything for about a good 40, 50, actually all the way back from the creation of the comic, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And then Bill Finger died in the 70s, and everyone assumed it would be forgotten about.
It's just his brother thinking he knows more about music than he really knows.
Oh, yeah.
His brother's never played live. Me being in 2 live bands for as many years as I've been, he's trying to argue with me and tell me I don't know shit that I know.
It's like, how many live shows have you played, kid?
I will talk to him.
How many live shows have you played?
I'll talk to him.
Hell, I've played more live shows than him. And that's saying something.
He's basically saying we can record a bass track and just play over the bass track at shows. And I'm just like,
No.
if we had inner monitors with a click track, yes. And he's like, or we could just learn the songs tight enough to do that.
Live
And I'm
is
like,
absolute no without bass.
You're fucking highly overestimating the ability of the band to play at the same tempo every goddamn time. Like, the only bands that can do that is like bands that have fucking Gene Hoglan as their drummer.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. But I'm glad you all liked this.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad that...
Show how far this actually goes.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're only halfway through this shit.
All right.
Citizens took to the streets, marched, protested, rallied, screamed, and chanted.
There's where they got their extras.
Yep. And they used this footage.
Yeah, they used a lot of this footage.
Who's got the goodness?
What does hitting somebody with a pillow have to do with Harvey Dent?
The pillow fight is just a way of saying, you know what? We're not going to take it anymore, but we're not going to do anything illegal and criminal.
You're wearing a button for Harvey Dent.
I believe in Harvey Dent.
Truly, there it is.
I believe in Harvey
The
Dent.
immersive marketing campaign was reaching a critical mass.
I definitely remember that part.
I do too.
Gotham City even reached into bowling alleys around the world.
ClownTravelAgency.com has a list of cities around the world. And on Tuesday, these addresses started showing up.
At first I thought it was an April Fool's joke. We knew that it was going to be a locker number and a combination locker.
Pulled a random bowling alley, in a random city.
Open it, open it, open it.
My first reaction was just like, there's all these people around, grab the bag and get out. Just go.
And when a trail of clues led players to an exclusive trailer of The Dark Knight, the Joker got there first. And the news burst out onto the web. It was big, but not as big as what happened the week of the Dark Knight premiere.
On Tuesday, hundreds of Gotham City residents, calling themselves citizens for Batman, gathered in downtown New York City. And then at 10 p.m. sharp, they saw it. The bat signal. They didn't know what was coming.
Awesome.
All they knew was that online clues sent them to the site.
But the Joker had plans of his own. In front of everyone's eyes, the beloved bat signal was defaced, along with everything else in Gotham City. From websites to videos to submissions, the Joker left his mark.
No, pause that.
Shit. Okay. A transmedia experience with over 10 million participants in over 75 countries that played across hundreds of web pages, interactive games, mobile phones, print, email, real-world events, video, and unique collectibles.
Yep.
Yes.
And somebody really want to ask me why I wanted to get in the film industry? Because it's bigger than one person. It's bigger than one person's dream. I mean, you are making universes and legacies for people for next generations to come. You know.
Yeah.
And I think like that'll go down in history as one of the biggest cinematic media movements in history. For that, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something like that at a point. I actually can't remember what it was for now that I had the idea for. But
Of course, you know, marketing like that takes a fuck ton of money, time, and effort, and a huge marketing team. But that's not just any marketing team. That's not, oh, we're going to just run a bunch of ads and trailers. That's, okay, yeah. We're going to plan this shit out real. Like,
one of the things about that kind of thing is just the mystery behind it. Like,
yeah, it took people months
dropping something that makes people be like, what is this? And makes people, like, put forth a collaborative effort together to find out what it is. Like,
yeah, and that's kind of what made it really
lots of shit rolling real fast. So.
I mean, it was like a scavenger hunt for months. People were trying to figure that out. And of
There's
course,
actually...
I'm one of your like casual fans, so I'm not like one of them people that's like really seriously trying to look. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, but the serious fans are all about that shit. People were driving across the country to go, on the scavenger. Oh, I found it. I know it's there. If we can just drive to that bowling alley in fucking Pennsylvania, in that one bowling alley in this locker, I know it's there. I'm like, how hard it would be to convince everybody, hey, come with me.
Puzzles, but I can't afford to like travel.
To
try to solve those kinds of puzzles.
But if you could contact somebody there that could go do it for you, that was into it,
I would. All I'll say is this: I actually have something planned out for that, for what we got planned going forward with the offer and everything. And there's actually something that, well, I'm not gonna give away where it is, but I'll just say this: it's out there already, and if people want to look for it, they can.
Fair enough.
That's the thing. I haven't even told these guys about it.
Yeah, I didn't know that you did something.
Yeah.
Just don't give away too much.
Oh, I'm not. I don't plan on it. Trust me. So, yeah, this was Joker.
This was a damn good movie, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is probably going in my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
It's probably up there with mine. This is a real. I promise you, I will be watching this movie again.
Also, like, I said it kind of already, but like when I was talking about the trailer we originally watched, I'm like, this would be a cool concept for something like. I don't even care if this particular canonization brings him back to continue in the future. I don't care if they bring Batman into it and get to that point. Just take one or two more Batman villains and just do like a trilogy of just
honest,
this style.
I hope they don't make a sequel to this. I hope they leave it alone and just leave it as a masterpiece and not be done with it. Because if they make a sequel, it's not going to be as good.
Well,
I can't help it. I want
it's
more.
The development
I want a Scarecrow.
No,
and someone else.
That'd be fine. I'm talking
in
about, I
the
just don't want
same
them to
fucking
redo
style.
the Joker again.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't need to continue the Joker from here, in my opinion. But if they did this with two more villains in the same style and told as good of stories about those villains, that would be bitching.
Yeah.
Like, Scarecrow is my number one. Like, especially Scarecrow and just whoever else they want to pick from the Batman universe they think would be good for it. But like, they don't even have to bring it up to the point of having Batman come in and be a thing if they don't want to. I think just telling the stories about the villains' origins in this style. It's just a really engrossing way to do that and just kind of tribute that universe. Like,
just have to come up with a concept.
I think it would be bitching.
Oh, yeah.
I know it may not happen, but like I think it would be kick-ass.
I mean, I hope they continue to make more movies like this. I hope they give that like a fucking this needs to be. Well, I mean, one of the professors in my school did mention a few things about this, but I hadn't seen it yet, and of course, he didn't say too much about it because I mean, it's not that it's an R-rated movie.
I was a film.
We watch rated R
professor,
movies.
I'd be giving this for homework. Being
Yeah,
like, you haven't seen this.
Believe it or not,
it.
our professors do that a lot. I mean, that video about the marketing campaign that was a school lesson.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like
we had to write a paper on this thing right here, how they went about it and all kinds of shit. And it was like, what?
I would give like the Joker is like you need to watch this movie as an assignment, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, in terms of the cinematography, and lighting. The lighting,
dude, everything about this fucking movie was on point. That's what $50 to $70 million?
Yeah.
That's what $50 to $70 million should look like. When you got a $400 fucking million movie that can't pull that off, something's fucking bad, wrong. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, too many fucking chiefs, not enough Indians, or something. You know what I'm saying?
Probably
like,
producers standing there trying to tell people how to do their jobs.
Yeah,
because
that's
what giving all the money
look at
to
this.
it.
It's just
the
like
downfall of a lot of this kind of stuff.
That's just like friggin' what's his name? Like when I know everyone wants to see. Let's see the Snyder cut of Batman of Justice League. I'm like, we saw the Snyder cut of Batman v Superman. It fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Get over it.
All right, Batman versus Superman. I almost fell asleep during that.
He did fall asleep.
Yes, I did. I fell asleep in the
I
theater.
fell asleep. I was in theaters when I saw it too.
If you don't believe me, ask my buddy Shane. He hit me in the shoulder to wake me back up.
I got dragged to it by a couple friends that were like, "Oh, you want to see it?" And Keith was like, "Jacob, I'm like, what? You know how Keith is. He's like, come with me to movies tonight. I'm like, movies? Sure, what are we watching? Don't ask. What the fuck you mean, don't ask? Lee wants me to come with him to watch this movie. Like, what movie is it? Batman versus fucking Superman, man. I'm like, God damn, I don't want to see this shit. Anyways, I went just for him. Man, fuck me, that movie sucked. Like,
it does.
There was parts of the movie I enjoyed.
Oh, I did
there
too.
There was parts of it I
parts
really
of it were
enjoyed.
good.
Damn.
But that's not what you want for a review of the film.
No.
You want a review of the film to be like this. Almost everything in this film was beautiful.
I would have walked in there with no expectations and saw this shit and walked back out as a fan. You know, that's what I want a movie to fucking do to me when it does. And when I say fucking same films, they got the same tone, the same action superhero blockbuster shit. I don't give a fuck. No character development. I'm not feeling for these characters. It's not deep, you know. And this movie did all of that for me. It pulled me in, you know.
Yes.
And that's what I need in a fucking movie, you know. I don't really care if he's a superhero trying to fight and save the world if I don't give a fuck about the world, you know?
Yeah,
but
why would you give a fuck about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, damn, you know? I don't know, I'm blown away by how good this movie is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
I'm glad y'all liked it.
I'll be probably talking about this shit from time to come.
I'm glad you all enjoyed this. And there's a few others out there that I would like for you all to watch. There's one that's out now that was actually in theaters not too long ago, The Invisible Man.
I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
But... Oh, it was made for a micro budget of about $7 million, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's considered like one of the best horror suspense films of the last, I don't know, 25 years.
Yeah.
So,
now, you know, not having a bunch of blockbuster effects and everything, this movie still had a fucking hell of a damn creativity with, like, the city and the cars that went by and everything, the years of the cars, how the rooms looked, from the cigarette smoke that's plagued down the fucking hallways, and the white walls are slowly turning yellow because that's the way shit was when
the trash bags
everywhere.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, just the use of colors, the frames within frames, the lighting on each and every scene.
They were like consistent in telling a story that with their environments and sets and cinematography that fit with the story's setting.
Oh yeah.
So I noticed like one scene, like I think it was where he was running from the detectives. He ran by like this giant pile of trash, and it's just like, man, that's shitty. And it's just like so many things. If you keep an eye out, just show you like, you know, the shitty state that the city's in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's how Gotham's meant to be in that time period. You know,
well, yeah.
Shit until Batman basically shows up and starts writing some shit, you know, and it's still he's struggling the whole time to bring a very, very bad spot city up to like a livable condition, essentially. So
yeah,
but yeah, very, very cool. Like, and I don't know, like, the first thing I imagine is just like, dude, even if Batman was like grown in Batman at that point, like what would he have done against that many people like rioting like that and shit, you know?
Ain't really much he could have been able to do. He would have tried to save as many people as he could. That's really all you can do.
It's like, even if you killed him, you can't kill an idea. You know,
this is true.
Yeah,
this is true. You just have to prove to enough people out there that it is not a good idea. It's just like the ideas that have fallen out of favor so far throughout our history. I mean, because you got to remember, even scientists, you know, who a lot of people consider the most logical people out there. Some scientists believed in phrenology and that there were people who were literally physically inferior to you simply because of their skull shape and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that shit fell out of favor as soon as neuroscience was discovered. And it's because of our understanding of one another and our ability to reach out to one another that we've been able to throw back the veil on all this shit.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about... that's just like right now, there's a split going on, a little bit of a rift happening with the whole coronavirus thing that's happening now. I mean, in Egypt, there were people protesting in the streets about the coronavirus. I shit you not. They were out there, hunched together on the streets, protesting. Down with the coronavirus. Down with the coronavirus. Are y'all serious?
Who are you protesting to, God?
I don't know.
You cannot keep me inside. My doors are open. Oh, wait. I have no hinge on my door.
Next thing...
Because I live out in the fucking BFE of fucking Egypt. Not the good part of Egypt.
Oh. And then, of course, there's
some really nice parts of Egypt, actually.
Oh, yes,
that
there
I like
are.
to go to.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of places I wouldn't go to in Egypt.
Well, just stay on the Nile.
That's anywhere.
Well, all I'll say is this.
That's here, too. There's a lot of places I wouldn't go to here.
I wouldn't go to Michigan.
There's a
Flint,
street
Michigan.
in my town I wouldn't go to.
I would not go to Flint, Michigan.
There's sections there's sections of my hometown I don't want people to go to.
Yeah.
Some of the trailer parks up in my hometown, especially Beverly Hills Trailer Park. Holy shit. Stay out of there. Crack,
there's places here that unless you're
Beverly Hills
crack
Trailer
and
Park.
meth dens.
Well, yeah. Like there's places in our town like where unless you're straight up trying to buy meth, then you probably shouldn't go there.
Oh, you live in Beverly Hills?
You're probably gonna get offered meth if you go there.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't buy it, they beat the shit out of you and steal your money.
Yeah, if you don't buy it, they're gonna think you're a cop and you're gonna get run off or shot.
Welcome to the real world, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, well, we got to end this. We got stuff to get to. I got videos to edit. So, again, everybody, thank you all so much for tuning into this. This was Joker, the 2019 film with Joaquin Phoenix as the titular character. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Batman. I'm Nick.
And we'll see you later, everybody. Peace out.